Come on. There you go, Crystal. I will distribute now evaluations. The way it will work is that you will evaluate the team that is immediately next after your presentation, which means that the last team, number 8, will evaluate the first team, which is in the other class. Okay? Does it make sense?
So we're evaluating the next team after.
Yeah, so you present, and then you sit down and you evaluate the team that comes after you.
Not in your class.
Yeah, it's not in your class.
So the format's 7 minutes each group, right? 8 minutes. So it's technically 2 minutes of like
2 minutes of
deliberation or question.
Hey, everybody know who's last? Okay, so group 1, raise your hand. 1, good. And then 1 over here.
Okay, let's do this one quickly. First team, the first team. Raise your hands.
First team, 1. Good.
Number 2.
The other one, good.
Number 3.
Good.
Number 4.
Huh?
Number 5. 6. 7. 8. So you start with evaluations.
Good.
They will start with presentations and you'll start with evaluations.
As soon as yeah, it's I don't think that's worried about the reason I have it over here. So first, you're her. Right, yeah, right. So as soon as she's done, then I'll take it.
Group names, let them people
Okay, so guys, your timer's going to be here at this desk. They're going to give you your 2-minute warning section from here.
So while we wait for Victoria to join, here's just the quick plan.
Guys, it's not please.
I'm going to have,
everybody
when Victoria patches in, I'll introduce her very quickly, have her say a few words. We'll not have her take very long because we are kind of constrained with our timing today. So about 5 minutes, and then we'll literally jump right in. I'm going to have her email with me as we sort of reflect on each presentation. So I'll be kind of capturing her notes, and then when everything's done, I'll be able to review her notes with Eugene and the other judges to talk about which ones we thought kind of stood out from the others. But that's basically the plan. I think you guys have been amazing this week. I just want to thank you for all the work you've put in and for just the amazing discussion. I mean, I've learned a ton from all of you and from the impressions you have of the platform and some of your ideas already. So I can't wait to see some more of that. We'll have some time after all this is done at 11-ish though. We have a full hour after that to kind of do some more reflecting and talking. I also want to show you in that last hour a video from the head of strategy at YouTube. His name is Shri. He has a harder to pronounce last name than Susan. But he'll give you a little bit of an idea of what YouTube is currently thinking about for the next phase. I didn't want to bias you at all with what you presented. I actually have a feeling you'll be even more ambitious than they are. You'll see that when I show you that video. So you'll have a little bit of an idea, and Shri is the guy who I want to show some of these top ideas to. So you'll get an idea of who Shri is a little bit through his video. I'll bring some of this back to San Bruno. So that's sort of the plan. Waiting on Victoria here. Let me just, as we say, ping her, and hopefully she'll show up in a second. Oh, I don't even need to. Victoria, can you hear us?
Hey, Blair.
All right, we can't see you, but we can hear you.
Uh-oh. Okay.
which is.
So let me.
Do you want to try?
Let me just right back in my laptop.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, more promising. Yes. Okay. It worked. Awesome. All right. Can you see me? That's the start. And hear me. Uh-oh. Now you're on mute. We can see you, but we can't hear you. Can you hear me? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs up, but we cannot hear you.
Like your ear.
Is it on you guys? You see? Where?
Big microphone with the X on it.
Yeah, but it's not. We're not on mute. We're not on
Your
mute.
microphone is muted.
Potentially on Victoria's side.
No, she just talked about it.
Let me call back in.
Okay. Is that good? Very nice. 2 points for you. Just kidding. In case everyone's freaking out right
Oh, shoot. Okay, so now we've got sound but no sight.
Well, Victoria, they all know what you look like right now, which is great. And I think the most important thing is that we can hear you. Can you see us? This is the class. This is everybody who's in here. Can you see that?
I can see all of you. I can't believe there's a class in Lake Tahoe. That's pretty awesome.
Only out of Middlebury would something this awesome happen, says the Amherst graduate. Okay, so I want to do, Victoria, a quick introduction to you, but then have you say a few words, and then we are literally going to jump right in because there's, 8 groups? How many groups are there total? Eight groups, 8 minutes each of the presentations. We know your time is limited. You have to drop off at around 11, so we're going to get right into it. But let me, if you don't mind, I'll do a quick introduction to you. So, and then you can say a few words about what you do. Victoria is a director. Victoria is the director of communications and policy at YouTube. Most importantly to many of you, she is a Middlebury graduate. She's also a Berkeley Law School graduate. She has a pretty amazing career. She started as a first grade teacher. Is that right, Victoria? Am I right?
Yeah.
And then moved on, obviously, into the legal field and has now found herself in one of the most fascinating positions at YouTube, I think, that there is. I've given you all some introduction to what she does. Victoria, if you wouldn't mind kind of jumping in and telling the group a little bit about what you do, and then we'll go into the presentations.
That sounds great, guys. Hello, I'm so happy to meet all of you, even though I have a voice of God type situation going on right here. When I was at Middlebury, I actually lived in Tahoe for a couple of summers, so it was awesome. And after Middlebury, I did Teach for America. Now at YouTube, basically, I look after sort of the dark underbelly of the web and what stays up and what comes down. And that includes every day the latest ISIS beheading. It includes pornography, nudity, drugs, violence, you name it. And so a lot of the job is about, fighting the good fight to keep the good stuff up, but also taking down the abusive stuff. So that's the gist.
That's awesome, Victoria. I'm sure these guys would love to ask you 1,000 questions, but we have other business to attend to today. I'm going to move my computer, so have no fears. We're just going to another table so you can watch all the presentations. And then I'll email with you using my mobile, so we can communicate about sort of what you've seen, what you like, that kind of thing. Does that make sense? And I'm going to unplug your audio, but I'll put in my headphones so I can hear you if you want to interrupt with any questions or anything like that. Sound good?
That's perfect.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Great. So first group, you guys can come on up.
We actually can I just do one thing. We need to just lower the volume a little bit.
Oh.
It's up on the wall.
Victoria, how's my camera work here? You can see the screen. A little bit. Do you think we should move a little closer? Would that be helpful? Here.
If you guys want to switch it on, this one.
Yeah. So guys, I'm gonna let you know that what Victoria can basically see is here to here. So if you're gonna present, try to get more towards the center, okay?
You guys probably want to see the presentation. My computer's pretty slow, so I apologize. We're just icing you down a little.
Should we open the door?
I mean, you cover it for air?
Yeah.
I'm just worried to make it loud.
Yeah.
We can open the door.
Behind the VGA display.
You can try it if it gets loud.
What's okay, we'll just open the windows out. Oh, the windows.
Here.
Okay. Shall we, there? Will you be in charge of the
Yeah,
counter?
we are good to go.
Oh, okay. Ready?
Okay, ready?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to our presentation. I'm Andrew McGrath. This is Harry Rich, Will Rivers, and Christian Higgins, and this is our response to the YouTube Strategic Challenge. So after reading our case study, we recognized a couple issues with YouTube, specifically questions surrounding it as an advertising platform. So YouTube's TV revenue in the year 2013 was 13% of television, one of its main competitors. That same year, the NCAA men's basketball tournament, which aired on television, accrued the same amount of ad revenue that YouTube did in an entire year. So we think our solution, which is content marketing, can really help shrink that gap. So we think the reason television is so successful is because the ads are a part of the experience. Watching television is a very laid-back, passive experience, and advertisements are simply woven into the actual program that you're watching. The internet, on the contrary, is much more active. It's the searching and sharing of information, and this specifically when it comes to YouTube through videos. And we think that ads in their current form simply get in the way of that process. So what we want to do is create, through content marketing, which Harry's going to touch on,